still in this mess. Haven't built the town to hold us down. Paperwork can't fear, we looking like clowns. Never been to the temple, claim we follow the prophet, but I follow the prophet. I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody do their part of we. We lost. True indeed. We lost. Lord knows we lost. I'm about to say something to make you not like me. You might catch feelings and you might want to fight me, but I don't really care, I'ma say it anyway. Why most comedic guys seem soft and gay. I'm not saying all, but a large amount. Have you ever heard the words that come out of their mouth? Yeah, they cuss like a sailor, but they follow my eye. They carry oaks and wear makeup and thinking it's hot. I think they need to stop, this is a new era. I wonder if the pharaohs ever wore mascara. It probably was a death mask misunderstood. Don't let them D-boys catch them up in the hood. Why NOI? Stop patrolling the block. We get shot by the cops and we calling the cops. Come on, y'all was on another level. The black man was God, the white man the devil. Now the white man, or better yet the European, and the Mars and the bean pies are sold by Koreans. I'm talking what I'm seeing, I'm just a reporter. How you call a woman to be and you got a daughter. Talking about the Hebrews, that demonize women and choose Esau over brothers and Kemet. Probably timid, soft, and scared to fight. Yelling and wearing spikes, trying to fake me out right. But you can't fool me, cause you make a little noise. Cause deep inside, y'all some scared little boys. If you really wanna ride, let's take it to the beast. Get revenge for our people killed by the police. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't busting the grape. It appears that you fear and you in love with hate. Correct me if I'm wrong, we might all don't get along. European psychology got us all gone. You think we divided cause I wear fez and she wear oak and he wear dreads, but the vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to wake you up and get you out of the bed. We lost to get you out the bed. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Oh yeah, I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Y'all think we divided cause I got a fez and you wear and she wear dreads. Y'all think we divided cause I wear fez. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. And she wear and he got dreads. Moors need to wake up too, so I'ma wake up you, so we can get together, do what we gotta do. We ain't done much since the prophet left. More standing on law, we still in this mess. Haven't built the town to hold us down. Paperwork can't fear, we looking like clowns. Never been to the temple, claim we follow the prophet, but I follow the prophet. I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody do their part of we ain't getting relief. The murder rate can be more than just gone crazy. Dope fiends ODing in the hood on the daily. Weed waste with chemicals, you drink and serve. We fighting over information, we got some nerve. They say that we conscious, we might know a little something, but we just frontin' cause we haven't done nothing, we lost. You think we divided cause I got a fez and she got a cross and he got dreads? You think we divided cause I got a fez and he got an and he got dreads? You think we divided cause I got a fez? Yeah, Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. That's right. Trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. Come on. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Now let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Just let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, in freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet 'em. I'm all about justice, that's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, another calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it come to, my brother. We got nothing better to do than talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly or we can get gutter. We are the children of our father and the rest of our mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the pain trying to murder us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm really about them things. I can take the feds off and get back in the low and return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. I want love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islamism, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you, and those that's talking that this ain't Islam. Everything the prophet brought is in the Quran. All the other stuff, prostrate and cover up, is just the start. The nearest place to me, the law is the heart.
Yes.
Hello, did I just miss a call from you?
Yes. Who's speaking?
This is Brother Tahaka Bay.
Yes, Brother Tahaka.
What's happening, brother?
This is Commander Habel, commander and founder of the Young Black Panther Liberators for Self-Empowerment, brother.
All right, how are you?
I'm very good, brother. I'm also a Moorish American, brother.
Islam.
And Islam. And you know, what is your beef with Malik Zulu Shabazz?
I don't have a beef with Malik Zulu Shabazz. I have a problem with him spreading the word throughout his organization as well as the liberation organization that I'm some sort of agent, and he did this unprovoked.
Did he, not to cut you off, brother, did he actually make that statement?
Yes, I actually have it recorded. Let me give you the history. Let me give you a brief history.
Okay, I'm listening.
Let me give you a brief history. During the times where I was looking into the legitimacy of Grandmaster Jay, me and Malik had many a phone calls. You know, Malik had been on my platform before. We have many a phone calls, and we went back and forth about whether Grandmaster Jay was an agent or not, even up to the point when Grandmaster Jay went to court. And Malik began to turn the tables and say, well, I think you're an agent. You might be an agent. Are you an agent? And started putting that, and putting it in that way. And so when he began to do that, I didn't really pay it any mind to the point where it was needed to respond. I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, that time. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember. Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. Peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. I got a lot going on, family. How y'all doing today? I want y'all to share this. I'm about to have Brother Biko on the line. If y'all ain't familiar with Brother Biko, let me get his wife on the line right now. Brother Biko was recently locked up. But he'll tell you about it. I wanted to get him here. How you doing, sis? This is the boss lady on the line. Has he called yet?
He get ready to call right back right now.
Okay, well, I'm live right now, and I just want to be set up and ready to rock and roll. So you just let me know when he come on. I'm gonna talk to the people real quick.
Okay, I will.
So yeah, fam. What we want to do is we want to bring attention to the situation at hand. This is the situation at hand. The situation at hand is that there's been word going around that the brother was set up. And being a member of an organization myself, I would feel some type of way if I was incarcerated on official business, something that's connected to being on official business with the organization, especially.
Hello?
So, Brother Biko, Brother Biko.
Hello, I can barely hear you. It's extremely noisy in here. It's extremely noisy in here.
But I can hear you. So try to hear me real quick, right? I have you on my platform right now, so we can talk to the people, so they can understand your situation, so we can begin to try to see if we can get this behind you with some financial support. You follow me?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
So you already know, family. You already know he's in the county, as you can hear in the background. See, I'm giving it to you raw. Normally I would do this on the throne. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they can. Hold up. Who real low, me or Biko?
Hello?
Yes, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, so look, I got you on the platform. They say you kind of low, but that's okay. Let's see. Somebody give me some word. Can y'all hear my brother on the line? Can you hear me clear?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's extremely noisy in here, but I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, long as you can hear me. So what I would like you to do is just start from the beginning. Now we know you got an open case, but I want you to try to explain to the people that the circumstances around your the accusations made against you, and you awaiting trial. Where are you at awaiting trial?
Okay, right now I'm in the state of North Carolina. I'm in Pitt County Detention Center in the state of North Carolina. I was at a Juneteenth event in Washington, North Carolina on June 19th. And as a result of that event, a fellow Panther comrade came to the event and stated that he had went to a convenience store in Beaufort County. It's on the Beaufort County and County line. He went to a convenience store, and while he was in the convenience store, he was trying to make a purchase. And when he tried to make the purchase, him and the store manager or owner or whatever, they couldn't adequately dialogue with each other. They couldn't understand each other. So an argument ensued, and when the argument ensued, the store owner pulled a gun on the Panther. The Panther went back to his chapter, which is in Washington, North Carolina, under Chairwoman Josette Cruz, and notified them what had transpired. And when he notified them what transpired, they at that point told him to call the police. Now, we understand that that is against Panther policy to involve law enforcement in any of their disputes. So the brother at that point stated that he asked another Panther, who was supposed to be the other regional commander or whatever, he contacted him and he told them what had transpired. And the commander told him that he would look into it. So at that point, I guess an hour or so went by and nothing transpired. So the brother left where his chapter was having their Juneteenth celebration, came over to BP Park in Washington, North Carolina, where we were having a support rally for the Juneteenth celebration given by a political activist in that area.
So let me rewind. Let me rewind real quick. What brought you and your comrades to North Carolina from the start? Was it the Juneteenth celebration? Were y'all on post? Was y'all securing somebody on official business, or was it family? What was going on? What brought you to North Carolina?
Okay, yes, sir. What actually initiated us attending that Juneteenth celebration was this. An agreement was made by the leadership of the New Black Panther Party at that time, which was Malik Zulu Shabazz and the national spokesman at that time, Sheikh Imam Akbar Bilal, that Sheikh Imam Akbar Bilal would attend that event, and he would speak at the Juneteenth event on behalf of the New Black Panther Party and as a representative of the New Black Panther Party. And I was to attend the event with him as his security. And several other individuals within the Mid-Atlantic region were slated to attend the event to vanguard him and to serve as his security as well. Before the event transpired, a week or two before the event transpired, there was a fallout between Malik Zulu Shabazz and Imam Akbar, the then national spokesman. And as a result of that altercation between the two, well, it was altercation, it was a verbal argument, as we like to call it, the pissing contest. They had a dispute and couldn't resolve the matter. And as we are not resolving the matter, a split transpired within the hierarchy of the New Black Panther Party. And it came as a result of Akbar challenging Malik about the voting process to elect a national chairman, because that post had been vacated and vacant since the demise of Hashim and Zinga.
Okay, so let me do a quick recap so people can understand. So there was some conflict within the administrative process of the New Black Panther Party with the New Black Panther Party spokesman and the acting chairman. The acting chairman was acting in that position, in that capacity, since the death of Hashim. And the acting chairman was Malik Zulu Shabazz. Now, Akbar was trying to make sure that the protocol be met of the voting process in which they would actually vote in a chairman. Is that correct?
Correct. However, the only thing that is not correct in that is that the person who was the acting chairman was a self-imposed acting chairman. Oh,
he was self-appointed.
No one voted him in as the acting chairman, and no one asked him to be the acting chairman. No one required him to be the acting chairman. And as a matter of fact, the chief of staff was actually the rightful leader of the New Black Panther Party until a national chairman was duly elected. But Malik aborted that process and infused himself into that seat.
So who was
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So who was the next in line? Because this is an organization. Who would be the next in line once the national chairman is vacated?
Okay, what transpired is this: we have a chain of command. You have your national chairman, then you have your chief of staff. The chief of staff is a sister, right? If there is no national chairman seated, the chief of staff at that point becomes the interim chair of the New Black Panther Party until one is duly elected. He or she still acts in the capacity of the chief of staff. However, they set as the head operating officer of the New Black Panther Party, and all policies and directives come from that person with the consent of the Central Committee. What Malik did that drew attention to Akbar, or what made Akbar oppose him, was that Malik's first act of dictatorship was he suspended and he broke apart the Central Committee. And when he dismantled the Central Committee, he elected himself the Attorney General. So that gave him judiciary power. So what he did at that point was, after he dismantled the Central Committee, he sat over top of the party as the chairman emeritus and the premier advisor over the party, knowing that the chief of staff would not oppose him. So when the chief of staff would not oppose him, he then at that point began to denigrate and desecrate the national minister of defense, knowing that the minister of defense was not truly a military man and weak in the area of defense. So what Malik did was he neutralized the Ministry of Defense. So when the defense the part of any organization is compromised, the organization is open for takeover. So what he did was he actually took the Minister of Defense position away from the National Minister of Defense and declared himself the supreme advisor and the supreme authority and commander over the Ministry of Defense, and made the then Minister of Defense his deputy.
So who was the chief of staff, if you don't mind me asking?
The chief of staff was a sister named, what's the sister's name again? Oh my gosh, that's so long. Shamonda Owens, Dr. Shamonda Owens.
Okay.
She's the chief of staff. However, Malik understood that the sister would do whatever she felt was in Hashim's best interest. So Malik convinced her and everybody else that he was acting in Hashim's best interest. He was doing what Hashim told him to do. But no one knew what Hashim told him to do but him and Hashim. Right? So he used that. He used that to manipulate the people. Right, so Akbar challenged him and stated that you just can't come in and say that you're going to be the national chairman or you're going to be the national leader without there being a election. The people have a right to vote and determine who's going to be their national chairman. Now, all the way up until Tulsa, Malik was endorsing Akbar to be the next national chairman. All the way up until Tulsa. But when the fanfare came in and the news media and stuff came in, and Malik was thrust back into national attention because of the armed march in Tulsa, he came out of Tulsa declaring himself the national leader of the new Black Panther Party, and stating that he's doing it because Hashim on his deathbed stated that he wanted Malik to carry on as the leader of the new Black Panther Party. Irrespective of the will of the people, Malik thrust himself into that position, aborted the voting process, and began to appoint positions to individuals around him that he knew would be loyal to him. Akbar challenged it, and when Akbar challenged it, they fell out, and then that's when the division took place. Okay, we get to Juneteenth. You have those that are with Akbar, and you have those that are with Malik. Now, we're not with Akbar because we don't like Malik. We're standing with Akbar on the principle that the voting process needs to be instituted and that democratic centralism has to be allowed to play itself out. That's why we actually supported him on that issue. We're not saying that he is the only individual qualified to be the national chairman, because other individuals had the opportunity to throw their hat in the arena and actually enter into the voting process. We're just saying that there needs to be a vote so that the people can determine and be the voice and say who they want to lead them. It's not fair for the people to just have somebody step up and say, "Well, I'm going to be the leader," and they have no face on the matter.
Right.
That should have never been the case. So that caused a division. And when that division took place, Malik declared that anybody that was supporting Akbar's political agenda was no longer Panthers, and that they were actually enemies of the party. And that he would stop at nothing to destroy those who were enemies of his regime.
So that brings me to this point. Do you believe that was instrumental in the circumstances in which you face right now?
I do believe that, sir. And the reason why I believe that is this. It's because prior to us, oh my goodness.
That's all right. We here.
Y'all right back.
We here.
I'm gonna call y'all right back.
So family, we're speaking to
the calling party has disconnected.
So we're speaking to Brother Biko there on the right, who if you just tuning in, he's locked up on some charges that we'll be talking about in a minute. But if you haven't heard the story, then go back and rewind. It's not that complicated, because basically what he's saying is that the mission that they were on June 19th was prearranged by Malik, and they honored it. But before the mission, they also were supposed to have a vote in Tulsa. Everybody's seen the Tulsa thing. They were supposed to have a vote in Tulsa. That vote did not happen for the chairman. And when that vote didn't happen, Malik was challenged. Then came June 19th. They fulfilling their obligation, but there's some friction or what is said to be a split. But now when he comes back, we'll get into that. When they get to the final destination of the mission that they were pre-arranged to go on by Malik, the new Black Panther Party, whatever, now he's about to go into the story. And many people have heard this in the throne, but I thought it would be I thought it would make sense to bring it here to Moorish World TV and ask for support. The brother don't have. Let me see if y'all can hear better here.
Call from Gmail. To accept, press 1.
All right, let's see. Can you hear me?
Did y'all get that stuff straightened out?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah. So I got it.
Hello?
Let me see if they can hear you better now, because I got you on my computer now. Press 1 if y'all can hear me a little better. Go ahead, brother.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. I think they should be able to too. I got you on my computer now. So,
Okay.
So what I was doing,
Okay.
I was giving a brief summary. Of that. You're at the point now where you're fulfilling your obligations that was prearranged by Malik, but the conflict or the split had already taken place. And so now, when you go there, you had mentioned to us in the throne that when you get there, off the top, and Sister Janae, Boss Lady, also expressed that when you get there, everything seems to be like you're walking into a trap. Can you start with that?
Right. Okay. As soon as we get there, things start off. As soon as we get to the park, things start completely off. Right. And I looked at her. I mean, as soon as I pulled the van onto the grass, I looked in the back and looked at her, and I looked at our daughter, and both of them had a look on their face like something don't feel right here. Right. So I looked at our father. He looked at me like, yeah, something definitely off. So when we get out the van. So we get out of the van, one of Malik's operatives, King J from down south, he's a Southern Regional Command. Well, he was the Southern Regional Commander at that point. I don't know what his position is now. He confronted me on the lawn. He came all the way across the lawn, and he said, Brother Biko, I need you to come with me right now. The police are on that side, and I'm letting them know that we're going to control the park, the security in the park, and they'll deal with the outer perimeter. So as I'm walking with this man, we get to the park. I mean, we get to the edge of the park where it'll take you into the other park, and there are sheriffs lined up. I mean, standing in a single file line. He walks up to the sheriff and he said, "This is Minister of Defense Biko, and he's in charge of the security and the operation here at the park today. We'll deal with the inside of the park, and you guys deal with the outside of the park." And the police at that point looked at me and said, "So, what do you need us to do?" I said, "I could do nothing," so I walked away. Right at that point, I stepped off because number one, you never expose me to the police as the leader of nothing, let alone a military operation. You're letting the opposition know who's in charge of the security security there on the grounds of the park, and that wasn't even established between him and myself. So he and I never even had a discussion as to how the security was going to go, but he had already prearranged with the police that I would be in charge of the security there. That right there was set up. That right there was the raising of the aim cannon number one. So as he and I are walking back across the field, he plays nice, right? But at the same time, my antennas are going up. So then other comrades pull up. And these comrades, when they pull up, they're acting different. They don't act the way they normally act with Sister Janae and myself, or the imam. They don't act, hold on. They don't act the way they normally act with us, right? So King J at that point disappeared, right? He went around, he went around the back of the stage where the trucks and stuff were at. And when he disappeared around the back of the stage where the trucks and stuff were at, two of the comrades that were with us, that pulled up and were supposed to be with us, disappeared around the back of the truck too. But they would act like they were making phone calls. They would act like it was too loud on the field, so they had to go over and make phone calls at the same time. They disappeared all the way behind the trucks and then came back. And at that point, that's when the younger brother, after the events transpired, was when TJ got up there and spoke, and I spoke a few words in remembrance of our ancestors and things of that nature. After that, King J and them, they left, or they gave us the appearance that they left, because they pulled off of the lot and began to move out. So when they pulled off of the lot and began to move out, it was at that point that the young man came and stated that he had been threatened by the store owner with the gun. So what transpired at that point was Dynamite Lightning, his car was hit. Right before this young man walked up on us, Dynamite Lightning's car was hit, right? But it wasn't hit in such a way where it would cause the car to be permanently disabled or the car would be crashed up real bad. The person that hit his car deliberately because he had his wheel turned in towards the curb at a right angle towards the curb. The person that hit him only hit his wheel, causing his tire to go flat and his wheel to be bent, and then they tried to pull off, but somehow the police was standing right there when the person hit his tire. The police was standing right there when the person hit his tire, and the police officer came right to Lightning. He didn't go to nobody else. He didn't give a microphone to anybody and ask whose car that was. The police officer went right to him. So the officer already knew whose car it was. That was suspicious. Knew whose car it was. Got him away from the stage area and got him to his car. At that point, Lightning flagged me and said, "Biko, can you go over here with me because I don't trust the police." So I went over there with the brother. So him and the officer were discussing how they were going to handle the information part of it, how they were going to exchange the information part of it. Now during this time, that's when the young brother Jamal, he comes up and he tells Aaron Harris and Brenda Harris about what had happened to him at that store. Aaron is the state representative of the new Black Panther Party under Malik for the state of North Carolina. So it should have been an issue that he dealt with. He should have immediately called the Washington chapter, found out what was going on, had someone deployed from the Washington chapter to the park where we were, and then had them go with him, accompany him to that store to address that issue. However, what he did was he hollered across the park and hollered my name across the park. And when he hollered my name across the park, the black police officer who is the chief of police for Washington, North Carolina, tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Mr. Biko, I think he's trying to get your attention." So when he tapped me on the shoulder and said, I looked over and I saw that Aaron was flagging me over to where him and the young brother was standing. So I go across the field. The brother explained the situation to me. Aaron runs it down to me. The brother confirms the information Aaron has given to me. So at that point, that's when Janae said, "Hold on, Biko, I don't think y'all should go to me. I think y'all stay right here." So the brother was like, "So what am I supposed to do? Because my chap ain't trying to help me. So what am I supposed to do?" So at that point, against my chairwoman's advice and against her order, I said, "Let's go investigate." So as soon as we got in the truck, myself, Aaron Harris, Brenda Harris, his wife, they were in the front seat. Brenda was driving, Aaron was in the passenger seat. I was in the passenger seat behind the driver. Akbar was in the passenger seat behind Aaron on the passenger side. So Akbar has his sidearm on him. Brenda's is in her glove compartment. We go to the store. We follow the brother to the store. Unbeknownst to us, the police left out the park right after we did, following us.
So
They stopped pursuing us when we got to the bridge.
let me give a big recap, family. So, family, I hope y'all following. I want y'all to make sure y'all follow, and I want y'all to support with the Cash App. The brother need a legal defense. You know, he need legal representation. Also, his bail is over $200,000. But what's more important than the bail is being able to get legal defense so we can get due process in a fair trial with proper representation. So he's going into the part right now about how it all come to a crescendo, and he ended up talking to us via a phone line from the Bing. There you go, brother.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, when we're headed to the store is in the next county over. It's like 5 minutes from the park, but it's a county line, so we go into the next county. We're going to what is called Pitt County. We leave Beaufort County and go into Pitt County. So we get to Pitt County, we get to a store called the Traveler Store. As soon as we get to the Traveler Store, now the police stop following us at the bridge, at the county line. That's when they stop following us and backed off. Right. So when we get to the store, we get out we get out the van, and I walk to the store, the front door. So when I get to the front door, the store owner comes to the front door and says, "What's going on here?" I said, "Excuse me, sir, I need to speak with you." I said, "Do you know this young man right here?" He said, "Yeah, I know him. He and I had, we had problems." So I said, "Can I speak with you?" So he said, "Come on in." So we go in the store. The store owner immediately goes around behind the counter. I'm standing in front of the counter. So while I'm standing in front of the counter, Aaron comes in behind me and Akbar comes in behind me, and brother Jamel, he comes in behind me. So I said, "Now tell me, what is the issue between you and this young brother right here?" So he said, "Well, when he comes in my store, he talks hard to me and I talk hard to him back, and we don't get along with each other." But what was transpiring was, he said that he tried to tell Jamel what the price of something was, and Jamel didn't understand what he was saying and kept asking him about it. So they ended up getting in an argument, and he ended up pulling his gun out of his waistband and pointing the gun at Jamel. He said that he wasn't trying to hurt him, he was just trying to get him out of his store. So I said to him, "Is this what you do with all of your customers? When you can't resolve a situation where they can't adequately talk to you, or when you get frustrated, is it your natural response to pull a firearm and point the firearm at a person that is unarmed, not trying to bring you any kind of harm, but actually trying to talk to you, trying to understand you?" I said, "What I need you to do is this. I need you to secure that gun. I need you to take the clip out of that gun, put the clip one place and put the gun someplace else." I asked him, "Do we have a lockbox?" He said, "No." Then I asked him, I said, "So where's the gun?" Then he said, "The gun is in the car." I said, "Sir, you're trying to lead me to believe that the gun is in the car when I can clearly see it in your waistband. You're lying." So at that point, Brother Jamel was coming around the counter, and I said, "Hold on, wait a minute, just stay right there, but watch him. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. Watch him."
Seconds remaining.
Oh my goodness. Don't hang up. I'm gonna call right back.
So he's gonna call right back, family, because I'm very familiar with the story. I've been trying to do what I can to bring awareness to everybody.
The calling party has disconnected.
So,
If you stay on the line, you may listen to information on payment options.
hold up, we can't stay on the line. Hold on. So she gonna call us back. So Janae. All right, so she gonna call us back. But family, are y'all able to follow this story? Are y'all able to follow this story? One thing that concerns me is that he's a part of an organization, and no matter what the infight, what up, Mafia Lane? No matter what the infighting is, it does appear very suspect that he goes to an event to represent the new Black Panther Party in the same patch that all of them wear. The police, he's pointed out to the police as the leader, number one. Number two, when he leaves, entourage of sheriffs follow them down the road. Number two, the brother, one of his comrades that was going to the location to address the disrespect or talk to the shop owner, whatever that may be, it seemed like blatantly his car was ran into.
Call from
Janae.
Right.
to accept, press 1.
So it seems like his car was blatantly hit purposely, and now here we go with the rest of the story, whereas though he is talking to the guy of the shop owner. All right, brother.
Okay. At that point, he's behind the counter, and I tell him that I know that he's lying because I can clearly see the gun in his waistband. So at that point, the young brother went around by the corner of the counter and was getting ready to come into the counter. I said, hold on, wait a minute, just keep an eye on him watching. And I told the story, I said, make sure that you don't get stupid. I mean, and get antsy and, pull that gun. So I told him, I said, well, look, you're not in any condition mentally stable to have a gun in your possession where you can actually defend yourself, protect the property, or anything of that nature. What you need to do is secure that weapon. I need you to put that gun in the lockbox or put it up on the counter and have the clip somewhere else. So I told him, I said, well, if you can't do that, then put it in your car. Because what's going to happen is, with the mindset that you have, somebody's going to come in this store and they're not going to agree with you. You're not going to agree with them. And the first reaction that you're going to have is to pull that gun and possibly pull the trigger. You may kill an innocent person or cause them to lose their life, and then you end up losing yours. Or it may happen in the reverse. So what we need you to do is, while I'm talking to you, I need you to put your gun away. So what he did was, he said, look, you're on camera. I said, that's exactly what I need to happen. I need to be on camera so that we don't have any misunderstanding as to this dialogue here. So at that point, the brother reached in his waistband, reached in the store owner's waistband and grabbed the gun and put the gun on the counter. When he did that, I took it off the counter, took the clip out of it, and I told the owner, I said, I'm going to put the gun by this door. We leaving, but at this point, we're letting you know, don't let this happen again. So as we're leaving out, the store owner comes from around the counter, follows us out. We go out. We out the front door. The van is parked off to the side a little bit, so we get in the van and we're leaving. When we leave, he goes to his car, which is a white Mercedes truck. He gets in his car and he follows us. He follows us at breakneck speed. I mean, he's on us. So by the time we get to where the bridge is, which is like 3 minutes away, we get to where the bridge is, we see police cars coming across the bridge. They ride right past us, get behind him, follow him, then go past him, stop Jamil. We see him get stopped, so we go up a little bit ways. Police come flying up behind us, along with the herb. Come find up with us. So I told Sister Brenda, I said, well, pull over, sister. Told the sister, drove a little ways further, got off of where the bridge was, and then pulled over into what is called the Extreme Skate Park. It's a skating ring. So when she pulled over into the skating ring, Pitt County Police and Beaufort County Police stormed us, came from the front, the side, and the back. When they did that, I had my cell phone on Facebook. I started recording live. Put my phone on the window. When the police walked up to the window, I put my phone on the window. When he walked up to the vehicle, he looked in the driver's side window, looked at Brenda, and asked her, can you see her hands? So Brenda put her hands on the steering wheel.
he came back to me and asked me to put the window down. I said, no, I'm not going to put the window down, but you were being recorded. So he said, I don't have a problem with that. And he said, Mr. Biko. He said my name. Said my name. That was a telltale sign. So then the other two officers approached Aaron's window, and the other one approached Akbar's door. So at that point, Aaron put his window down, Brenda put her window down, and Akbar put his window down. And I cracked my window so I could hear what the officer was saying, but I still want them to be recorded. The officer asked us where we came from. So at that point, Akbar said we just come from the store, and that's when Aaron said we just come from the park too. And I said, yeah, we just came from the Juneteenth celebration. Why? What's the issue? Are we being detained? Are we being charged with something? Are we being suspected of something? Why did you pull us over? So he said, well, hold on, it's an active investigation. I said, are we being detained, sir? So he said, at this point, yes, you're being detained. I said, okay. So he said something else to me. I said 5, right? And he said something else. I said 5 again. Five meaning Fifth Amendment. I wasn't here to say nothing else at that point. So when the police got Brenda's driver's license, no, she had her driver's license stuff inside of her bag that was in the back, but we couldn't locate the bag at that time. Now, while all this stuff is going on, I put a clip inside in the back seat in the back of the seat where Aaron was at. So when that transpired, the officer said, "What is that?" So I said, "I'm putting something in my head." So at that point, the other gun was fit up under the seat. Okay, now I'm not worried about putting this out there because I've done nothing wrong anyway. So it's going to show up in the court, So I don't worry about telling this story pending a trial. So at that point, the officer steps away. The officer that was on inside the car. Both of the officers step away. They had a sidebar conversation. Then they go to where the Pitt County Sheriff is, which is about 9 yards away to the right, where the Herb has his car parked at. The store owner has his car parked at. So they go over there and talk to him. So then they come back and tell us to exit the vehicle. Each one of us to exit the vehicle. So when we exit the vehicle, they tell us to come back in the back of the vehicle, and they pat us down. So we just standing there first. So then the Pitt County Sheriff asked the other officer, "Did you obtain the video yet? Does he have a video of what he's accusing them of doing?" So the other officer said, "Yeah, he had the video on his phone." So they show the video on the phone. They say that well, sir, I need you to step over here. And he's talking to Aaron. So he told Aaron to step over by the front of the car. So he cuffed Aaron first. Then he called me over and he cuffed me. Then he began to read me my rights. And then after he read me my rights, he said, can we talk? I said, no, we can't talk about nothing. You already Mirandized me, so I'm already officially arrested. So no, we can't, it ain't nothing to talk about. So that's when they put the cuffs on Akbar, and they asked Brenda, could they search her vehicle? And Brenda said, "No, I do not consent to you searching my vehicle because you may plant something in there." So the officer said, "Well, we have cameras on us." But I said, "I don't care about that. I don't consent to search." So at that point, Akbar made the statement. He said he told the sergeant, the one that had the sergeant stripes on, he told him, "Let me speak to you over here for a minute. I can clear this up." So when he stepped to the side and said something to him about clearing it up, I heard him say something about it was another gun as me. Right? So at that point, the officers went and asked Brenda again, is there any firearms inside the car? So Brenda at that point said, "Mine is in the glove compartment and it's registered to me. I'm licensed to carry." So we took the cuffs off of Akbar, and Akbar went over there and said something to Brenda. At that point, Brenda consented to search. After Akbar whispered something in her ear, she consented to search. So when she consented to search, at that point, the officers began to search the vehicle. They go in the glove compartment with her consent, find her weapon, look at the serial number, run the serial number, find out that it is registered to her and she's licensed to carry it. So they asked her what is that she wants done with that gun. So she told them to put it right back in her glove, obviously locked it back in there. So at that point, they finally find her purse and find her permit and her license and everything after they got our license and stuff. So then they find another gun up under the seat. So when they find a gun up under the seat, they say that's a stolen gun, stolen from another state. Let's say they should have stolen from I'm not in the to discuss that. It's a non-factor, right? But that is the gun that our boss stated was his. Right? Now, at that point, the police stated at that point, they asked Brenda, they said, now Brenda can't see that they got another gun because the other gun is on the other side of the car. So she can't see over there. So she said, so they asked her, is your gun the only gun in here? So Brenda said, yeah. So he turned around and said, is this the only gun in here? So Brenda says, I said yes. So at that point, they cuffed her along with me and Ernest. Now, they retrieved the other gun, pulled the other gun up, and said, whose gun is this then? This gun is reported stolen from another state. At that point, it was our mom's responsibility at that point to own that weapon, take responsibility for it. And that would have exonerated them right then and there. But he didn't at that point. He didn't. To his discredit, he didn't. Now, once that happened, they ran all of our names, right? And they arrested Aaron and Brenda for possession of a stolen firearm because they said that the firearm was in proximity to them. Arrested them for a stolen firearm, then arrested me, saying that the store owner asserted that I came into a store, and at gunpoint, that's what my charge paper reads, at gunpoint, robbed him at gunpoint of a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson with a value of $450, and I was given a $200,000 bond. Now, the video that he showed to the police does not show me with the firearm. The video does not show me brandishing the gun, pointing the gun at him. The video doesn't show me robbing him of anything. All the video shows is that I'm standing there talking to him. Then the other brother took his gun off of him, put it on the side. I took the clip out of it, and it shows me walking away with the gun in my hand in plain view, laying flat in my hand. And I bent down and put the gun by the door and walked out. The video does not show me taking the gun by the door. The video shows me picking it up off the counter, taking the clip out of it. That's what it shows me. The video stopped at that point for some reason. But it never shows me having a weapon on me at any point, threatening him with a weapon. And if there is audio, it does not say, give me this, or give me that, or this is a robbery, and all that. It has none of that on there because none of that transpired, none of that happened. We went in there to address an issue with him pointing a gun at another human being.
So do you?
So
Go ahead, brother.
When the officer got me to the jail, when the black officer got me to the jail, he stated to me, he said, "Sir, I'm going to tell you, there is no way that you will get a fair trial in this county and this state because of who you are." And then the right officer, let me call y'all right back. Okay? Hello?
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. We here, brother. We here.
Okay, let y'all right back.
So, family. This is one of the main reasons that I have.
The calling party has disconnected.
This is
if
one.
You stay on.
This is one of the main reasons that I've been adamant about trying to put people on point. When Grandmaster Jay came on the scene, this is why I've been adamant about continuing to cover it. This is why I've been adamant about, like, be on point, be conscious. Most people think that conscious is how many books you read, or you can read Medunetia, or you can read Hebrews. Like, people think that's real conscious, but true consciousness is just being aware. And this is crazy. This is crazy that he sits in a cell. And we'll talk about the young brother too. There's a young brother too that got locked up too. That was also, and they was on they was in official capacity. This not like they were on some family cookout, a vacation, and no, this was official capacity. This was official capacity, and now he doesn't have any support that that I think that would make a dent into his financial woes as it relates to obtaining an attorney so he can get due process, a fair trial, somebody that can speak for him. He on his own now, and Malik is an attorney, but because some misunderstanding or disagreement administratively or whatever, he made the statement that that these guys, his enemies, he called them his enemies, are getting what they deserve, basically, you know, and that's where I figured that, man, hold up, man, we gotta do better than this. You know what I mean? What can I do, you know, to let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Call from
Janae. Biko.
to accept, press 1.
Okay, brother, the floor is yours, brother.
Okay, now, okay, when I got to the facility, it was at that point that the black sheriff told me that I wouldn't get a fair trial, a fair hearing, or fair anything in this state, and that that is because of who I am and the way that I'm dressed. And I was dressed in my Black Panther Party uniform when I came in, and at that point, the white officer, Stephen Beeman, who charged me, he said that the magistrate that is going to be doing the bail hearings is an asshole. These were his exact words. He said, I'm telling you right now, he's going to give you a bail that makes no sense whatsoever. That makes no sense. So I said, so what does that mean? So he said, well, I'm telling you, you're being charged with armed robbery of a firearm from a, from a convenience store. Like I said, in charge of what? So he said, armed robbery of a firearm from a convenience store. I said, armed robbery of a firearm from a convenience store. Why would a person rob a convenience store and take a gun and not money, not merchandise? So he said, well, sir, I don't know anything about any of that, but I'm saying I saw the tape. These are his words. I saw the tape, and you didn't have a gun pointed at the owner. He said, I can verify that. I'm the arresting officer. I'm the one doing the report, and I will put a statement inside of the charging document stating that I saw the video, I witnessed the video, and I did not see you brandishing a firearm. I don't know if they're charging you with threatening the man or anything like that, but it says that this is armed robbery, and I didn't see where you were armed with anything. I just saw in the video that a discussion took place and a gun was put on the counter, and you took the clip out of the gun, and you had the gun flat in your palm, and you walked off. Because that's all I saw. I didn't see anything else. I said, that's all I need to hear right there.
Right. And did he actually, did you actually get, are you able to get a report? Are you able to get the actual report?
Well, what they gave me was what the magistrate gave me at the initial hearing they had with us. When I went to that glass and talked to him through the glass, and he said, well, right now, a fugitive warrant is popped up for you in Maryland because you have a violation of your parole now, and you have a violation of your probation now. So we're going to issue a detainer on you that's going to prevent you from leaving, from being released, and they're going to extradite you back to Maryland. And you're going to have an extradition hearing on Monday. I said, I don't care anything about that. I already know that's about discharges. I'm not, and that's about me not reporting physically and reporting to a kiosk, in PG County. So I'm not worried about that. That's nothing. So that's when the officer says, watch this bell that he gives you. And this is the same officer, Stephen Beeman. He said, watch this bell that he gives you. This bastard gave me a $200,000 bill, almost $250,000. $200,000 bail. A person came behind me, brother. Came behind me. Shot 2 people. And got a $100,000 bail. Shot 2 people, not one. Shot 2 people. $100,000 bail.
Man, oh man. This is
I ain't
crazy.
shoot nobody. Ain't robbed nobody. Ain't have no gun. They don't find no gun on me, no nothing on me. But I get a $200,000 bill. And then the young brother come right behind me. Brother Jamil come right behind me. And it's so funny because we're 20 years apart in age. However, the brothers have the same birthday I have, May 8th. And we found it out when we were in the cell together and we were dialoguing. Right? And it's just so crazy. And he said, man, you know, it's crazy because I don't even know you. And you came to my defense. You came to help me. And those who are in the same city I'm in, the same chapter I'm in, didn't even come to help us. But y'all came all the way from D.C. to have fun and to support us. And now you in jail because somebody tried to hurt me. You know, and I said, well, you know, let me explain something to you. I said, brother, you know, let me explain it to you. I said, man, you are a Panther. You are a comrade. You are a young freedom fighter. You know what I mean? You were placed in a position, brother, that you didn't even have any knowledge of. You know what I mean? And something was done to you that needed to be addressed, and that's what we do. So back to where Malik comes into this at. Exactly 2 minutes after we pull into that parking lot to pull over because the police said 5 years on us. This is part I left out, but it's very crucial. So that the listeners can understand what picture was painted here. We pull into that parking lot, and as soon as we pull over, as soon as the police storm the van, surround the van, members of the Washington chapter of the New Black Panther Party under Josette pull up in the parking lot. They were right there. They pulled right up in the parking lot and didn't even come over to try to find out what was going on or anything. They just stood there.
So
they just watched.
So they stood
and 3
watched.
minutes after that, Malik began to start posting.
And I got the post here right now. So basically, we're right on task. We're right on task because I'm screenshotting it right now. So while they was arresting you and accosting you, they pull up and spectate, and Malik began to post on Facebook.
Absolutely. How would he know what was going on that fast, brother? How would they know to be there that fast when they denied the brother help? They didn't even come to the park where the brother came at to get assistance from us. They didn't follow him there. So how did they know that this brother was requesting assistance from us? How did they know that we would go? And how did they know where we would be pulled over at in order to be right there on the scene? And when we were coming across that bridge, when we were coming back across that bridge, right before we pulled over, there is a service station right there in that corner. They were parked in the service. I recognized the vehicle. It was parked in the service station. I didn't know who they was until we got out of the police got us out of the van, and I looked over to my right, and I saw them stand there in the parking lot with the Panther uniform on, standing by that same vehicle.
So you're saying that Panthers from the Washington, D.C. branch, if you will, or chapter, who's not necessarily familiar with the terrain, actually pull up on the location where you're being arrested?
No. Not Panthers from the Washington, D.C. chapter. Panthers from the Washington, North Carolina chapter.
Oh, from the Washington, North Carolina chapter.
Yes, they are very familiar with that terrain. That is their area. They are very familiar with that terrain. However, where the suspicion comes in at is this. They did not come to that event with that brother. They stood down when he approached them about the event, and they stayed where they were. But my question is this. How is it that they were at that gas station right across the street, at least 5 miles from the park, right at that gas station right across the street at the moment that they pulled us over, and then came across the street They didn't know that we were Panthers in that car. They shouldn't have known. They just saw police. They just saw police storming the vehicle. We didn't get out the vehicle yet. So how would they know that it was Panthers in that vehicle that they pulled over, and that would motivate them to come across the street to observe?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going here?
Absolutely.
It just don't look right. It just pop up.
I mean, and then I
What
want
a damn pop top.
and I know time is of the essence, but I also would like to share this conversation real quick. I don't know if you heard it, but if the people didn't hear it, I also want to share this conversation with those who watching. We'll put the link in Black Power Hour to help. Man, $5, $10, whatever you can help. You know, I'm going to put $100 towards the defense, and I'm asking those to match it. I'm gonna do a few more shows real quick throughout the week to get some updates so we can keep it in the people's face. But I want to read this real quick. It says, "I'm sure you know exactly what happened." Now, this is let me make sure this is right. Oh yeah, this is from Malik responding to, if I'm not mistaken, Sister Boss Lady, Sister Janae. It says, real quick, briefly, family, and y'all can read with me because it's on the screen. So it says, "I'm sure you know exactly what happened. I really don't like none of this BS and drama. Try to stay out of the way and let men take care of it. I resigned." Oh, this is Sister Sister Janae. I don't want to read that, but I can get that back to you. But what I want to read is Malik's response to that. That's what I want to read. Because time is of the essence, and he on the phone, so I don't want to waste a lot of time. But let me just read his response to that. But basically, Sister Janae saying she doesn't get involved in that men to test testosterone back and forth, etc., etc. That's between y'all. And she stepped down after Tulsa, at Tulsa, etc., etc. So this is what Malik's response is to her. He says, "Honestly speaking, I have never supported a person so much who treats me in such a way as you do. But it's not a surprise here. I've seen it for 25 years, the off insanity of the NBPP. As for Mr. Biko, he turned against me. I think we need to highlight that. As for Mr. Biko, he turned against me out of the blue. Brother, what is he referring to that you turned against him?"
Brother, I'm so glad that you asked me that question. Right? The thing about me is this. I try to keep my integrity intact, and I try to maintain an air of high morals and disciplined principles. When I see leadership that runs contrary to what they tell the people they're supposed to do, I'm going to stand in opposition to that, because truth stands clear from error. Truth don't need no support. If you're a liar and a manipulator and you're called out on it and you don't correct your behavior, why should I stand with you?
Right.
If you say that you are a leader of the people, but at the same time, you're fleecing the people of their money, you're pimping the poverty of our people. For the people. That's why I went against him, because he went against the will of the people, and he began to exercise what is called Malikism. He began to exercise what is Malikism, and I'm not a cult follower.
Right. Right.
So yeah, he's right. I turned against him. And I turned against him because I stayed on the side of what's right. But I'm gonna call y'all back in a second.
Okay. So what I wanted to share with y'all, family, is I wanted to finish reading this to you and show you, like just think, family, if you're fighting together and you're part of an organization that's predicated upon fighting for freedom and liberation, you know, the odds is y'all gonna have some conflict, y'all gonna have some beef. But once a person, one thing, you don't set a person up to get them out the way because they oppose the way that you do things and they want to do things according to how it was set up. But anyway, he said, as for Mr. Biko, he turned against me out of the blue. And as we hear Mr. Biko saying that I'm not going to follow you into wrong. You know what I mean? Let's have the real process of electing an official. And it says, out of the blue, filled his pockets with newspaper money. This was the first newspaper published in the years. That he ever published from the Black Panther Party, I would imagine. And follow Akbar and Dynamite to the jailhouse. Well, Akbar and Dynamite is not in the jailhouse. In fact, Dynamite is actually in the chat. Clearly, Akbar, as your leader, leads men to jail or death. Biko could have been great, but he's too envious and hard-headed. As for Mr. Michaels, he quit 21 years ago. He's talking about the founder of the new Black Panther Party, the one who actually created the patch.
Call from
That's
Janae.
So here we go. We back. So it's funny to me. I'm gonna finish.
Yes.
Let me finish reading this real quick. He says.
Yes, sir.
He says. As for Mr. Michael, he quit 21 years ago. And if anybody been in the throne, y'all know the story behind Mr. Michael's separating himself because the complexion of the movement had been changing and he didn't want to create another faction. But here is Malik Zulu Shabazz would have the audacity to call the founder of the very movement whom he claims to be head of, calling him a quitter. He says he's not a winner. Is he still working for Homeland Security, as he expressed to us that he never worked for Homeland Security? So he's throwing slander on this man. And this is just dirty stuff. But I gotta say this. Who designed the patch of the Black Panther, the new Black Panther Party?
Okay.
How can you talk about a man? How can you talk about a man who is the founder of the very organization that you claim, whether fraudulently or not, that you claim to be a head of? But talk to me, brother.
Correct. Now, we have to understand this, right? We understand the Judas factor. We understand that whenever the government or its operatives have green-lighted the demise of a leader, they always find a leader or always find a voice among that people that would serve as their agent of that leader's demise. So what they did was, Malik understands that it broke up into factions. It fell apart. You had a Panther
Oh
Party
my
here,
goodness.
Panther
Hold on, my
Party there.
brother. Hold on, my brother. Hold on, my brother. They said that the sound had dropped. Somebody tell me what's the last thing you heard, family. How many seconds? Ah, man, my apology. I don't know what happened. Somebody tell me what's the last thing you heard. Now, we're going to get this message out. I don't care what happened. We're going to get this message out. What was the last thing you heard? They said 1 to 5 minutes. Let me see. Anybody remember? Somebody has. There go my bro right there in the building. Hey, I'm coming for you, Mars TV. I'm coming for your leadership. So I think we was talking about Aaron Michaels and his leadership. I think you had mentioned how they say 1 to 5 minutes. So I'm thinking you had mentioned about you was covering Aaron Michaels being the original founder, and it's not this what you call it, monstrosity that we see today. I think that's where you was at.
Correct. When Aaron Michaels
and who designed the patch?
Right. When Aaron Michaels founded the new Black Panther Party, they began in 1987 as the Men in Black in Dallas, Texas, and they were patrolling the Dallas drug-ridden neighborhoods, and they began to run drugs out of the neighborhood and put programs inside the neighborhood that would be empowering programs, that would be rejuvenating programs inside the community. So people began to see them and then ask them were they the Black Panther Party. At that point, they had no idea if that's what they wanted to be. So at that point, Aaron Michaels said, you know what, that's a good idea. So they went to work and they began to draft a manual and draft a structure, and then they began to take on the name, the new Black Panther Party, based on the original blueprint of the original Black Panther Party, with a few added tenets and a few things taken out, a few things put in. And they began to structure themselves as a new Black Panther Party. The patch itself was designed by Aaron Michaels. So you have now individuals who don't know a damn thing about Aaron Michaels, because he was wiped out of the history of the new Black Panther Party by the careful design of Malik Zulu Shabazz. He revised and rewrote the manual, broke the manual down, put things in it, took things out, put things in it, took things out, to the point where if you look at the original manual designed by Aaron Michaels, it doesn't even resemble anything close to this manual that new Black Panther Party has now. So you had Hashim painting Aaron as an agent. You had Malik painting Aaron as an agent, but Aaron and Khalid had a relationship. Khalid went to Aaron when he was afraid of being murdered by the Nation of Islam. He went and hid in Aaron's house. Aaron housed this brother, protected this brother. They talk about Hashim and Zinga. Let's tell the truth. When Aaron Michaels offered Hashim and Zinga membership into the new Black Panther Party, it was in Dallas, Texas, when Hashim and Zinga stated to Aaron Michaels to his face, I don't want to be a part of them because it's that black and white thing, and I have white friends, and it's not politically correct for me to get involved or something like that at this time. He bowed out. Then later on, all of a sudden he resurfaces as this loyal Panther. But when the pressure was on, when the pressure, the tension was on, Hashim didn't want no part of that. That's when he was Stephen Washington. Let's keep it 100. Let's tell the truth. Paris Lewis says Malik wants to be Malik Zulu Shabazz today. Let's go to when he was in Howard University, Unity Nation, as little Paris Lewis. Because he wants to talk about somebody turning their back on somebody. He turned his back. He turned his back on sisters in the movement that were being sexually assaulted by individuals who were using their positions to bed sisters. Their great Hashim and Zinga stole a brother's wife, stole a brother's woman, impregnated her. Yes, brother, let's tell the truth. We want to talk about Aaron Michaels. At what point has Aaron Michaels ever betrayed the movement? Not at one point. Aaron Michaels stepped away from the new Black Panther Party because he had personal issues that he had to deal with, and because he did not want the Panther Party to be in factionalism He doesn't want to divide the party. He didn't agree with the direction that Khalid was going in. He didn't agree with the direction that Malik was going in. So rather than create a division within the party, Aaron did what he felt was in the best interest of the party, in the best interest of the legacy that they were trying to uphold as Panthers, and he stepped away to protect the party from factionalism. And as a result of him stepping away, trying to protect the party from factionalism, it happened anyway. Because those who were left in leadership were not qualified adequately to lead the organization, and the organization fell into decay. Because they became a race-based organization rather than the organization working in the best interest of our people. And let's be truthful about that. What programs have they put in play that are substantial programs since Hashim's leadership, since Malik's leadership? What programs do we see today? A program that was founded by them, that are still in existence today, that are still in working order today. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's see. Let's test the gauntlet here. But there are programs in Washington, D.C. established by Sister Janae as the chairwoman of Washington, D.C. that are still moving in effect today, that she established by herself without their assistance. When she went to them for help and their assistance, they wouldn't even give her assistance after she paid dues. She paid her entire chapter's dues. She spent her entire income tax, stimulus checks, and all that kind of stuff, investing in the party. But she couldn't even get assistance from them in the establishment of community-based programs to feed our people. She went to the store and bought food herself. Her and I both went to the store and bought food ourselves. And we had what we call Black Love Sundays. Every month, we were feeding the entire city if they choose to come out. But the new Black Panther Party did not lend a helping hand and with 1 cent in helping to do that for the Black community. They don't come out to help nobody unless the cameras are rolling. So let's set the record straight. And I was a part of the organization. So I know what I'm talking about. I can stand on what I say. I can stand on that. Malik says whatever he wants to say. Bobby Williams says whatever he wants to say. Darryl Hawkins say whatever they want to say. How is it that I'm the Minister of Defense in Washington, D.C., ain't even been in the party, ain't been back on the scene for good 2 years, and you got the National Minister of Defense calling me, asking me for advice?
Brother, has anybody reached out to you from the ranks of the new Black Panther Party?
No, sir. No, sir. As a matter of fact, Malik gave a direct order, that not one dime was supposed to be given to the defense of myself and Brother Jamel. He gave that order.
So out of all of the memberships
nobody was supposed to assist us.
So from all the membership, good, bad, indifference, friends, conflict and everything, you mean tell me not one person reached out to you?
The only person that has reached out to myself are those that have been in contact with Sister Janae. But as an organization with those brothers and sisters who call themselves New Black Panther parties, you ain't got the five. It's that have held the line and stood on principle. That have held the line and stood on principle and are walking this walk with us.
Can you call back one more time, brother, so we can get some questions in?
Sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how I got you.
So family, even these phone calls for us to get the behind the scenes stories cost money. So I hope that y'all would send something to support Boss Lady as well as Biko, the Cash App right here, to help them out. I know I am, because even this call, how many times he didn't call back now? About 4. This might be the 5th time. You know what I'm saying? Come on, we gotta do something. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. Are you there? Yeah, I gotta hang up and let it come on. Yeah, we're gonna do something. Sorry, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. Yeah, we're gonna do something. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be all right. They changed the date. Where my video at? They changed the date. Let me see. Oh, no, that ain't it. They changed.
Call from
detained.
All right, since we back again. Let me say.
Okay.
This I want. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question because my brother, Airman. I think that's my brother Airman or my brother in the chat says that. And thanks for the super chat, family. Were you? And I want to say before Tulsa, but when you were in the ranks, was you suspecting Malik not being who he say he was? Were you or anybody else suspicious of Malik not being who he say he was?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question, right? And I want to be as candid as I possibly can, and I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. Like, I don't believe in lying. I don't believe in misleading the people. I contacted Daryl Hawkins. My wife was right there. She said to me, she said, baby, you better watch yourself, because that's one that he's not who you think he is. He's calling you every night, all hours of the night, asking you for advice on how to run the military wing. So I said, baby, I got this. So Daryl Hawkins would call me, and he would vent to me about Malik. He would vent to me about Akbar. He would vent to me about numerous other members of the new Black Panther Party that he looked at with suspicion. So I told Daryl Hawkins, and I told Commander Black, Stanley, Brother Stanley, I told him, I said, brothers, it is my understanding that Malik committed political treason when it came to a voting process that placed Hashim in the leadership positions. He aborted, he abandoned, and he quit his post while he's talking about Aaron Michaels quitting. He quit his post because the government threatened him and told him that he continues with the Black Panther Party, that they will take his law license. So he quit his post and pursued what was called Black Lawyers for Justice.
Yes, I remember that.
At that point, he was suspect to me at that point. But I left it alone because sometimes I know that people are immature in their revolutionary development. So I understand that evolution is a scientific process. So maybe he needs to grow up, and he needs to mature a little bit and take that experience as a learning experience and grow and develop into leadership. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. So later on, I began to watch certain moves that were made. Right? After Hashim died, I began to watch certain moves that were made. This was before I even decided to step into the party, because I looked at it from a distance, and I'm like, man, I was a part of the Revolutionary Underground movement, right? So I'm watching them above ground, so it'd be a political organization, but I'm watching how the moves are being made. So then when me and my wife began to get involved with each other, and I began to learn certain things, and she told me, she said, baby, I don't want you to get into this or come into this unless this is what you want to do. And she told her comrades, she said, I'm going to tell you something. This one right here, when he come in here, he ain't playing no games with none of y'all, so y'all better have y'all shit right by the time he come in here, because he ain't playing. So when I do come in, it was shortly after that Malik all of a sudden popped back up in leadership. He comes from Black Lawyers for Justice to the Black Empowerment Movement. Then he jumps back into leadership in the new Black Panther Party as his advisor. He goes from advisor to the primary voice in decision making. And from there, he shut down the Central Committee. When he shut down the Central Committee, he shut down the policy making body and made himself the supreme authority over the party. So I told Daryl Hawkins, I said, let me tell you something. he took power and leadership away from Sister Shamanda, who was the rightful leader of the New Black Panther Party until the election takes place. He took that from her because he felt that she would be swayed to do the right thing. So he took that from her. He's coming for you next. And true to form, the way to control the flow of any organization is to take control of the security apparatus. So he assumed command over the Ministry of Defense coming out of Tulsa. All this time, I'm telling Daryl all the time that he better watch Malik, because Malik has a plan. Malik is planning to abort the election process and declare himself supreme leader of the New Black Panther Party. What they don't know is this. Under the original blueprint of the New Black Panther Party, there was never a national chairman. That was a post that was created by Malik, Khalid, and they instituted that post to secure Khalid's leadership. But there was a chairman, there was a spokesman, and rank and file all the way down. All these national this, national that, national this, national that, all this other stuff is going on, national chairman, and that person being the supreme leader of the organization. Aaron Michaels never designed it to be like that. It was designed so that a central committee would serve as the governing body over the New Black Panther Party, that there would never be a dictatorial leadership over top of the party. That's something that Malik and them did.
So he made himself. So what do you? So you're saying that he made himself the sole authority, and now no one has to answer in that position. Now you don't have to answer to a central committee. Is basically what he demonstrated.
Absolutely. That's exactly what he did. And because they are not politically educated and politically astute to understand Robert Rules of Order, they don't understand democratic centralism, they don't understand revolutionary structural dynamics, they allowed a reactionary folklorist to come in, take the party from them, assume leadership because they're caught up in personality worship and they're trying to follow the purse strings, and he bribed them
and Brother Biko
into that leadership position.
And let me say this, Brother Biko. Like I said before, I would love to bring you back, but I thought it was timely that I bring you back now and talk about your situation here live on YouTube, because we did it in the Throne first last week. But I also want to bring you back, as I spoke to you last week in the Throne, about the history of you moving with Dr. Khalid Muhammad, transitioning from the Nation of Islam to the Black Panther Party. We have my brother in here from the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, but he representing the Moorish American Research School, my good brother here. He says, just a theory. What if Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz has something to do with Brother Khalid Muhammad passing away? And we discussed that in the Throne. Brother, was there rumors going around or word going around that he could have been instrumental in Dr. Khalid Muhammad transitioning?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I'm not going to say definitively that he had his hand in it, but I will quote Hashim. When news reached Hashim that Khalid had passed home, and what the medical examiner attributed his passing to was a brain aneurysm, Hashim said to Malik, "You niggas killed Khalid." That's what he said. You niggas killed Khalid. And they were wondering what he was talking about, what was going on. And Hashim said, because y'all were not doing what it was that y'all were supposed to do, and y'all bogged him down with y'all responsibilities, y'all overworked him, outsourced him, put him in place he had no business being. Y'all were doing what y'all was supposed to do. If you look at a lot of the pictures where Khalid is with Malik, a lot of those pictures, you'll see that Khalid has a stressed look on his face. He looks troubled. He looks like he's, bewildered about something.
Real quick,
Right? And if you notice, whenever Khalid is in attack mode, whenever he's attacking something, he's in attack mode, Malik is always behind him in that picture.
Real quick, my friend Michael Connor says, what collect call system is used on that the jail uses? You know,
You said what, brother?
I can get that from my sister boss lady. The collect call system.
Yes,
I think somebody want to put money on your books for the collect calls.
Okay.
So,
okay. Well, the way that's done, they have to go to jail. It's www.jailatm, and she will give them the information that they need to actually place money inside of the account. I really appreciate that. But she's in charge of those kinds of situations, and she can give them whatever information that they need to aid them with that process. But I want to say this. You asked earlier, has there been any individual that have helped? I want to say publicly that you have been a great help. Sister Tasha Prophet has been a great help. Sister Pamela Smith has been a great help. Aaron Michaels is a great help to me. Numerous elder Panthers that are from the original Black Panther Party have given their support. Members of the Huey P. Newton Foundation have written to me, and they've given their support, and they have actually stated that they don't care what their relationship is with the new Black Panther Party. They see me as a Panther. So I'm validated by the original Panthers. But my thing is this: I need brothers and sisters not to focus so much on Biko. I need brothers and sisters to focus this attention also on Brother Jamel, because that brother is suffering right now. That brother is suffering, brother, and he's going through it, right? And his family is suffering. He left children out here, several children, and his significant other is struggling. And them brothers and sisters in that Washington chapter, that Washington, North Carolina chapter, not helping that family, man. They're not helping that sister with them babies. That sister got bills. She got mouths to feed. This man was the breadwinner in that family, and this man is incarcerated, and they ain't trying to help that brother.
How do we get in contact with this brother? I can't find any connection to find social media, anything to you know what I'm saying. I've been looking, but maybe I'll ask Sister Janae, if she can navigate me through finding out how to get in contact with this information, because I think that was one of my concerns too, is that as we continue to support fallen comrades that's behind the wall, those and you not. This is not something that I just jumped on because it's a hot story that I'm involved in. I'm also involved in trying to bring attention to Imam Jamil, formerly known as H. Brown. I'm also involved in that. Our temple in Atlanta is also involved in that. So we of the Mormon Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples, are involved with political prisoners that are falsely accused, falsely convicted, and we're going to help to try to see what we can do to leverage some positioning to get this thing out and thrown out the door. So I don't want nobody to think I'm jumping on this because it's a Malik. No, I see an injustice. I see an imbalance of support, and I think it deserves if I got some type of influence, I think it deserves that.
Correct. And just like you said, brother, when we understand the history of the movement itself, there has never been a leader of substance that has not come this way in one form or another. That's right. Even the noble Prophet Noble, even, this is my closing statement, even Prophet Noble to Ali, Allah praise his name, came this way, brother.
Absolutely.
They arrested the prophet on trumped up charges, brother.
Absolutely.
And tried to kill him while he was behind the wall.
You better know it. So, Biko, I want to try to do this tomorrow or the next day, brother. I want to get some history. I want to keep you in the people's face. We ask everybody to hit that Cash App, Black Power Hour. Black Power Hour, brother. And I'll be talking to Sister Janae tonight so we can schedule our next appointment to keep you in front of the people so we don't have you going down with no support.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. And I love y'all very, very much. Peace and blessings, Islam.
Islam, brother. So with that being said, family, that was Brother Biko. And like I said, family, I'm not just jumping on Brother Biko because in support, because he is a part of the fabric of a story that I've been covering. He's one of the few that I know in this era of time that is getting a bad shake. And if you know somebody who's getting a bad shake behind the wall, reach out to me. Let's see if we can bring attention to that. I wish that I could get in contact with all the political prisoners on the phone, those that has been falsely accused or falsely convicted, and have them tell their story. That would be a beautiful thing. The last time we heard from Imam Jamil, anybody know that Imam Jamil, he can't see right now. He has health conditions that are not being met. Anybody familiar with Imam Jamil, formerly known as H. Brown, that built up a whole community, had the support of the community. They accused him, falsely accused him. A brother says that he actually committed the crime, and they still won't give him a new trial. They still won't vacate the sentence. Somebody, come on. What we going to debate? We want to debate, is Jesus real? Or we want to talk about those that are locked up? Those that are locked up falsely. Want to talk about Imhotep? That's fine too. We'll talk about the feds. We'll talk about the feds. Is the feds Turkish? Or we going to try to bring some light onto those who are suffering or have been falsely convicted, wrongly convicted, or accused falsely in real time? I say we question them in real time. Let me share this with you real quick. I was privy to my support team to, hold up one second. I want to share this with you and just listen to this. Now, I don't know about you, but I do know about me. There is no way that I'm going to be, let me see if I can find it. What did I just do with it? Give me 1 second, fam. I'm going to drop it to you real quick. I want to share this with you real quick before we get out of here. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the cash apps, et cetera, et cetera. Let me get this out here. Where did I put that at? I thought I just had it. Let me see. And what did I do with it? Let me see if I got it real quick. Let me close out some of my tabs. Don't go nowhere, fam. It'll be a few more minutes. I just want to share something with you real quick. If I can find it. Because I thought for sure I just set it up here. I thought for sure. Let me see something. Where did I put that thing at? Is that it? Oh, man. I thought for sure that I just saved that for you. Let me see. Let me look one more time. I want to share something for you that's very odd to me. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Did y'all hear about Brother Cryptonomics? I mean, not Cryptonomics. My bad, Crypto. Crypto Roots. Did y'all hear about that, family? Thank you, Cryptonomics. Thank you, brother. Did y'all hear about Crypto Roots? Hold on 1 second, family. I want y'all to send some prayers to the family, man. I want y'all to send some prayers to the family. Hold on 1 second. Let me share this with you. In fact, I will go to, let me go to my YouTube page. It'll be, my Facebook page. YouTube, whatever. It'll be quicker. Let me share this with you. So here's Crypto Roots right here, family. I was talking about him last night about Brother Polite scamming him out of over 80,000. And if you haven't seen that, all you got to do is Google his Facebook, Crypto Roots. His wife posted, man, it might was right after my live went down, posted that he had passed due to complications centered around what is that? Asthma. You follow me? And we were just talking about him last night. And so, family, this is why life, listen, we dialogue on here. I do my best to keep people informed on here. We have people like Cryptonomics, Faith Speaks, Sean, Sonny Boxing, Abu X, and I can go on and on. If I forget your name or haven't said your name, I'm sorry. Black Bruce Wayne, all the supporters I've been, did that cash, you know, on and on and on, you know, that support this James Graham, Dynamite, and on and on and on. If I didn't say your name, my apology. And our job has been, we have adopted the job to try to inform the public as well as support those who inform the public for these misappropriations of power. But in the meantime, in between time, people have real lives. People are just passing away like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So when we go back and forth on these YouTube videos and we get caught up into the moment that really don't mean nothing, like, we have to be careful not to be so wrapped up in it that we forget ourselves. You know, man, that old saying, just smell the roses sometime. Appreciate life sometime. You know, a lot of these people that makes these YouTube videos and bloggers and all of this, you know, sometimes I wonder if they actually smell the roses. Is this all they know? You know what I mean? And when I looked at that post this morning about Crypto Roots, I'm like, man, sometimes we need to do some reflection, some introspection, and we just need to appreciate life for what it is, family. Because you never know, family. You know, last night he was planning his next live stream, and following that, he had an asthma attack and didn't recover. And these people out here that's putting out this bad energy, you better be careful too. Don't leave your legacy with bad, with a trail of bad karma. Don't leave your legacy with a trail of blood, with a trail of scheming, with a trail of scamming, with a trail of, don't leave your legacy like that. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, you know, I did the presentation about Sinetta, and in doing the presentation about Sinetta, as I'm doing the presentation, I'm like, wow, look at this pattern. Look at this pattern. This is a clear pattern of manipulation and deception. This is a clear pattern. And so I did some reflection of myself. I say, what would they say about me? When they asked, who was I? What was I about? What did I stand for? What will the journey that you and I have met on, what can you say about me? I mean, what can you say about me? What would you say about me? What did Tahaka do? You know? And so, whether somebody tried to throw poop on my name or pee on my grave, I'm comfortable with my journey and what I know should be said about me. Follow what I'm saying? I'm comfortable with that. But with that being said, family, let me see if I can play this for you real quick. Listen to this. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm going to find this demonstration. I'm going to let you hear this. Let me see if I can get it up here for you. Video file. Okay. Give me 1 second. Listen to this.
from it being a political movement.
Oh man, he got in the thing. When I wanted to show you, I'm gonna play it. Hold up, I'll tell you what I do. Stop right there. I'm gonna play it. He got in my recording. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna play it right now.
Brother Nick Bezel came up with the original idea. Brother Babu Omawali referred me to Nick Bezel to work with early on. And so soon after Brother Hashim Nzinga passed, I made a determination that in order to fulfill the legacy of Hashim Nzinga and Khalid Muhammad, because you got to understand that Khalid Muhammad threw a burden on me.
Hear that?
Khalid Muhammad threw a burden on me. Hashim Nzinga and Khalid Muhammad. Because you got to understand that Khalid Muhammad threw a burden on me. Khalid Muhammad, before he passed, he tells his son, his family, and me, and this is completely unexpected, as strong as Muhammad is, that if anything happens to me, that Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz is to carry out my legacy. Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz is my successor.
You see that? This is how deep the hypocrisy runs. But this is traditionally how the manipulation and takeover happens. That the actual organization, no one is there to verify, but somewhere, some mysteriously dark room, it was said that you are the successor. Well, come on now. And then he had the nerve to say, this burden was given to me by Dr. Khalid Muhammad. This burden. But this is an organization, but Dr. Khalid Muhammad tells one person that you are the successor. Then you step down, you be the quitter that you try to blame Aaron Michaels for. You step down and supposedly appoint Hashim. But then, once again, Hashim also makes you his successor. So 2 times there is no official protocol besides you being given the leadership by the former leader. They said that's not how it was supposed to go. With that being said, family, this is how we have to do things now. We are in the social media era. People will promote on the social media platform. People will build other people's confidence on social media platform. So the only way that the people will get fair, balanced information is platforms like Moorish World TV and other platforms that are willing to step up to the plate and speak truth to this illusion that they think is power. They're only as powerful as the lens of the camera portrays them to be. Because anybody with good sense can see to the lies. Anybody can see through that. He says a burden. He looks at his comrades and says, you crossed me. Just because nobody's going to side with you for a lie. I go through the same thing within Moorish groups too. Because I won't side with you in your lie that you're living. I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? I'm the bad guy. But with that being said, family, we ain't finished. For those that's in the throne, all my time is for you tomorrow in the throne. I'm gonna do 2 lives in the throne tomorrow. We're gonna bring Brother. We got to bring Uncle Bobby. Bobby, we put Uncle Bobby. Uncle Bobby got to talk to us. So I just wanted to highlight this, and then on Thursday we'll come back. You know what I mean, my brother Mars TV. Hey Mars, you know your GS man. He about to get some heat from me. You know that, right? you know he put that Soul Authority video out there, right? You know he about to get this heat. I'm about to. Yeah, I'm speaking to Moorish topics now, family. Hey, Mars. You know your Grand Sheik about to get that heat. I love him. But when he put out that information, man, oh man, he about to get that heat. See, I don't play either side. A lie is a lie is a lie. So in the Moorish lane, yeah. So y'all gonna have to go over to Moorish World TV Channel 7. But I'm about to give a Moorish lesson to a Grand Sheik of a different group. Probably next week. It's going down. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. The brother claimed to be and I just give it to you right now. The brother claims to be his group to be the sole authority on Moorish Science Temple of America and Moorish Science Temple thought that they are the sole authority, and anybody other than him is fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? And so we going to address that. but now they want to fall back. Oh no, we don't mean it like that. Well, okay, I reloaded. So all my Moorish brothers and sisters who like the Moorish information in its purest form, yeah, it's about to be it's about to be a party. It's about to be a party. Yes, indeed. Because you listen, and I tell everybody this: if you're watching this and you have a YouTube channel, remember, family, your legacy is stuck right here in time. Even if you try to remove it and take it down, somebody ultimately can find it. And whatever you put out, you must be able to defend. You can't put something out and not expect it to be critiqued, analyzed, or even criticized to the point where they're talking down to it. I mean, if somebody even talking down to real presentation on social media, that comes with social media. If you don't want to be criticized, analyzed, or even talked down to, then don't post it on social media. Especially if you claim to be a leader in the community. If you claim to be a leader in the community and you putting out lies, misrepresentations, and misinformation, you can almost bet your bottom dollar somebody is going to speak on it. Somebody will. And because I have myself to be one of the top researchers of Moorish Science Temple of America history, I consider myself to be one of the top of current Moorish Science Temple of America history. Now, I'm not talking about history of the Moors and ancient time. That's not my forte, though I'm versed in that also. I'm not talking about the Moors and antiquity around the world. That's not my forte, but I'm pretty versed in that. My forte is the organizational history of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I don't think it's anybody out here at this time. I haven't seen any that can match the research that I discovered on the Moorish Science Temple of America. And so when people put out bad misinformation, I must lay out the pieces of the puzzle that the world haven't seen. And this is why you and I, Faith Speaks Life, Dynamite, Sean Stone, and whomever in this chat that may not be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, we connect and have a friendship, relationship, a brotherhood and sisterhood, because the Moorish American that I am, and not the Moorish American or the Moor that you see online acting like some old crazy cult. This is why we connect, because of the authentic Moorish American that I've come to be due to what I have discovered. I ain't gonna let you quote. Let me make up a word real quick. And Dolores Taylor, that's right, and Sister Dolores Rocksteady. I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna make up a word real quick. I ain't gonna let you. Michael Connor, absolutely. I'm not gonna let you culticize me. Can we write that? Anybody write that? Culticize. I'm not going to let you look at these people that look like they in a crazy cult and then superimpose that on me. I ain't going to let you culticize me. You know what I mean? I will not let you culticize me. That's a new word. You're not going to culticize me. In other words, you're not going to paint me when you see these crazy Moors doing crazy stuff, and then you want to try to put that on me. Oh, he a Moor, and that's what Moors believe. Okay. You ain't gonna culticize me. What's up with Lena Reese? That's right. Dolores Taylor. You know me and you go way back like Cadillac. And every time I try to think of your name, I'm like, it slips me when I'm live. But as soon as I get off the live, I'm like, man, I owe Sister Dolores apology. Let me tell you something. Sister Dolores is one of the main supporters from the beginning that reached out to me, and she said, I need to help you. I need to help you and your family. I want to make a donation. I want to be there to support. So I don't know how I do that, man. We talk. That's my sister right there. I'm tripping. So don't blame it on my heart. Don't blame it on my heart. Blame it on my gray whiskers. Blame it on my whiskers. When we begin to rock, steady, what I rock steady? Steady rocking all night long. When we begin to rock, steady, rock into the break of dawn, rock. What I rock steady? Y'all want to see the rock steady dance? We want to see the rock steady dance. Y'all want to see the rock steady dance? We want to see the rock steady dance. Rock steady, are you ready? Oh no. Oh no, what I'm doing. I just feel good. Family. So family, all of those that are in the throne, tomorrow, I'm going to have a double header in the throne. I promise you. No YouTube tomorrow. Only the throne. And guess what? You know what else we might have in the throne? Hold up, family. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Let me see if I can do it real quick. I might can get away with it. I know I'm already in trouble. Thank you for the Cash App. Faith Speaks Life. And all those who Cash App, I appreciate you, family. The original people. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can do it. Don't go nowhere. All right, let me see. Don't go nowhere. Let me see something. Let me see real quick. What's going on here? I'm going to try something real quick. Let me try something. See if we can get a surprise so we can get some updates in the throne tomorrow. All right, let me see. Bam. I don't even know how I work this thing when I'm in a rush. Let me see. Bam. Here we go. Let me see. All right, we're going to try. Hold up. I ain't going to do it like that. Let me just call it. Let me see if I can get somebody on the line real quick. All right. We're going to see if we can get Black Hourglass on the line. Let me see. Because listen, we're gonna get an update. We got to bring Black Hourglass in the throne. Remember Black Hourglass? Hello. Y'all remember? Hold on, Black Hourglass. Y'all remember Black Hourglass in the throne, right? I've been slipping because I've been busy. But man, we got some serious updates. So we live right now, sis. Do you got a minute? Now, sis, 1 minute. All right, just 1 minute. Because I need to, because we haven't forgotten about you. Sis, what in the world is going on? I'm hearing from you that now you are under attack.
Absolutely. I mean, for, exposing what's been going on with the Impact organization, it puts me under attack now. So,
sis,
yeah.
Are you available tomorrow to give us in the throne? We won't do it live because it looks like you got a few things that's open with these attacks. So privately in the throne, I don't know the situation. I will call you off camera, but I just thought about it today. I was like, I'm going to bring all this information to the people tomorrow. Then I thought about it. I was like, Black Hourglass.
It's okay. Yeah. Tomorrow's fine. Yeah, you can give me a call tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to tomorrow early. I'll give you a call and we'll set up a time that's convenient for you, and we'll do it on the throne because some of the stuff is probably, I don't think at this point we shouldn't put it on YouTube because some things are pending.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, so some things are pending, but I would like to give everybody an update. Sis, we with you. All is well. This is what happened when you speak truth to power. You know what I mean? The illusionary power tries to fight back with slanders, lies, and false
information.
Yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'm gonna call you early tomorrow. I'll text you first, and then we'll go from there. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, sis. Peace. All right, take care. Yeah. So, family, sis is under attack. Family, sis is under attack, and y'all need to be caught up. So tomorrow we will be on the throne. We will be on the throne tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do two things on the throne. I'm gonna try to do one around noon, and I'm gonna try to do one. Depends. I'm gonna try to do one around noon, and I'm gonna try to do one around 4 because I got to pick my son at 5:30. I gotta leave at 5:30, quarter of 6 East Coast time. Listen. Shout out, you my people. So what? That was 1 to 5 minutes. Shout out to Shaw Stones. But with that being said, family, we're gonna give some real updates tomorrow. Show them from the sky, from the shy. Listen, if anybody is on the throne, and I'm gonna make a video that I put on the throne too. Desert reached out to me this morning, brother. Yeah, Desert Eagle about to give y'all that heat. Keep playing with him, Cryptonomics. He about to give you that heat. He coming on the throne too. He tired of playing with y'all. Look at that look. Y'all can stop coming for my man Desert Eagle too. Y'all can leave my man alone. My man gonna give y'all that. He keep playing. They all ex-military, expert shooters. Keep playing. They all ex-military, disciplined, expert shooters. Okay. You think it's a play? I'm new sub. I'm trying to stay in the loop. Maurice Source. Awful. So what we do, we have a private channel. It's on the throne. It's Morse World TV exclusive. And some of the information that we have is just not good for YouTube because it can actually get the channel taken down. So with that being said, I don't feel comfortable with putting some of this information on YouTube. The only reason that I put this video, now this was some of the videos. This was one of the videos. Thank you, Show from the Shy. This was one of the videos that with Biko that I really didn't want to put on YouTube, but because of the set of circumstances and he needs support, phone call, attorney, he needs support. So I decided just to put it out here. But because it's an open case, that's the only reason I wouldn't want to do it. But he said he's comfortable, with talking about it because he did nothing wrong. But yeah, and so the platform, it is how you divide. What's 10 10 times divided by 30. Somebody did that math before. You know what I mean? Somebody did that math before. So it's $10 a month. So 10 divided by 30. Anybody got that? Let me look it up. Division. I ain't good with division. All I know is about is unity. I know addition. I don't know division. You know what I mean? Only thing I divide is truth from falsehood. You know what I mean? So anybody got that math? Who got the math? Who the mathematician up in there? 30 cents a day. Cryptonomics did that. Michael Connor said 33 cents a day. You know what I mean? There we go. And it's a private platform. And I have to keep it that way because guess what? If I was to put out certain information right here and somebody was to flag it and they would get mad, I would have to deal with YouTube and fight with YouTube. But what I put on the throne, you have to pay to come and see it, or you have to feel as though you're supporting a cause to be privy to the information. And some of the information will make it to YouTube. Some won't, So we're going to bring Black Hourglass. If you're not familiar with Black Hourglass, I think I'm going to upload soon the private conversation, the full conversation. We seen it last month with the lady that organized Grandmaster Jay GoFundMe, and he ultimately accused her of stealing money from the GoFundMe. Well, I have the whole conversation that we've heard on the throne with her and Desert Eagle, and she's explaining a whole bunch of background story concerning Grandmaster Jay and her experience with him. So I think I'm gonna be uploading that soon, probably Wednesday, maybe. I'll upload that soon. And then, Najee, that Najee joint, that Najee joint was funny on the throne. So, I mean, listen, at least 2 or 3 times a week, we'll have some good uploads, some good live streams. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, we have some good uploads, some good live streams. And soon, what I'm going to be doing on the throne is my PowerPoint presentations. My PowerPoint presentations to break down some of this information to show you who's who and what's going on around us as we build towards liberating ourselves. But with that being said, family, I'm out of here. I don't want to get in any more trouble that I'm already in with the family. I've been going live too much. So I gotta go live tomorrow when everybody gone work. People got my wife go work, my son is in school, and then I go live tomorrow during the day. All right, yeah. So thank you for hitting the Cash App, because I ain't going work tomorrow. I'm talking to y'all tomorrow. Whoever hit the Cash App, Faith Speaks, Original People, and let's see who else. My brother Malik, Abu X, and everybody. I don't want to name people. I name people that I know is okay to name. Whoever hit the Cash App, I said thank you. Whoever hit the dollar sign on the thing, I thank you, because they ain't gonna work tomorrow. I'm gonna give it to the people. That your Cash App is going so I can call in to work tomorrow. Who you calling? Who you calling in to work tomorrow? Who you calling to work tomorrow? Watch it calling to work tomorrow. Hold on. Let me put the Cash App in there. Who got the Moorish World TV Cash App, the Noble Temple's Cash App? I'm calling it to work tomorrow. Hello. Let me do it. Hello. Moorish American Home Services. Yeah, I'm not feeling too well today. I'm gonna take off today. All right. Just make sure you call me in the morning. Okay. I'll be in the morning, you gonna remember. What is that noise in the background? Live on Moorish World TV. That was my son. Yeah. Let's go, family. Y'all ready? So peace and love, family. I appreciate you. That's what's gonna happen, Crip. That will be talking to you. Then them horns gonna come on. Them horns gonna come on like this. Peace and love, family. I salute you, and I see y'all in the throne tomorrow. Absolutely.
I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, nap town. I be that more you gon' remember, Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember, Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number.